Very happy to welcome Sebastian Kawa, the reigning world championship in 15 meter here, which he won in France in 2021. Sebastian also won the 15 meter world championships here in Benalla in 2017. And he is the most celebrated glider pilot in the history of gliding. He has over 30 major medals, including 16 world championship titles. The first one I think you won was in a PW5 in 1999.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. And before that, he was a champion sailor. He's a doctor. He's an author with a very interesting book. Mm-hmm. And so, welcome to Narromine, Sebastian.
Welcome. Hello.
So, how have you been finding the conditions during this championship so far?
Oh, everybody will complain about the dust and the heat, of course. And this airfield is huge, so one of the biggest issues for us is to travel along the roads, perimeter roads. But from the competitive perspective, it's better, but the days are short. And the task setting is exactly timing the time that we can have during the day. So it means it's very tight. It's not like in Europe that you can stay before the crossing the start line for 2 hours and wait. Here you have maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and you have to go, because otherwise you will be late.
Yes, and is that good or is that bad from your point of view?
From my point of view, it's very bad because the competition, I remember years back, it was a completely different scene. We had no flarm. That's the basic main issue about it, because now everybody knows where is everybody. So if you look at the trace, you will have maybe one leader, one trace, second leader, second trace, and there is nothing more. In the previous days, you have like 20 different routes that people choose because they didn't know which way the other went, and they were picking their own routes, and it separated a lot goggles. It separated pilots from each other, and from my perspective, it was much nicer competition. Now it's about the start line, and initially we had only 5 minutes delay for the pilot event marker, and that means in these conditions, when you have a clear sky and nice view, the guy who is crossing the start line, you just press the button, wait 5 minutes, and they follow you. And that was just bad thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can see the difficulties of that. The rules change, and they're trying to separate gaggles. And I remember though in Benalla,
there is a system. Initially, the farm was designed to fly in the competition mode. Mm-hmm. So it was only a collision warning system. Now it's not mandatory during the competition, because initially it was mandatory. Now it doesn't. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, people can follow, whether they've got it in stealth mode or not, people can see the traces on the OGN. Mm-hmm. So it's very difficult. I mean, now it's different. Now you are visible in the sky. It's very difficult to not be visible in the sky.
For me, it's very difficult because I have a lot of followers. I would rather have them on Facebook, but not in the sky. But this is a very difficult situation. And some teams, for example, British team, they just said that their tactics for this competition is just to follow us. So, sorry, that's not good.
Yeah, but it was very similar in Benalla some years ago.
Yes.
And in Benalla was definitely characterized by the days were difficult and they were low, and they were short, and the tasks were quite difficult.
Yeah,
but people were waiting until the last minute, sometimes until it was almost impossible to complete the task before everybody went.
That's true.
So where's the best balance? Where should the balance be in this?
I think we should... there is no good solution for it, because if you have a blue day, it will always end like that everybody will follow everybody. And from my perspective, the weaker the day, the better. But it has to be weak all the day, because we have lighter gliders, and if somebody would like to follow us and we start late, he will not complete the task, and we will be probably able to do it because we will climb in the weak thermals. But generally, in this situation, I don't see any good solution. So that's why I like Grand Prix more.
Right. Okay. And so tell us about the race yesterday. How did that go? It was a bit more of a difficult day than the previous day, I think.
Last 2 days were unlucky for me. The previous day I almost won. I got penalty for 1 second being late on the start line. It was not intentional to start so late. We were just not lucky to climb. But the last 2 days we made a mistake on the first leg. And yesterday especially, we were to turn. And I was flying with a partner, and he decided to find another lift in the southwest direction, and it was a little bit too far. I followed him because we were sort of agreement to fly together, and that was a mistake, and we ended up in a very difficult situation in a low level and behind everybody, and it was too late to complete the task in the good conditions. So that was a mistake, because the first part was fine. We were accelerating. We left behind Eric Borgman. We left behind the German team. But then, at that point, it was a disaster for us.
Right.
Just one thermal missed, and just a bad luck.
Yeah. Okay. And today is a no-fly day here at Narromine because
looking at the weather, it's a good decision, I think, because this is a very strong wind, and we have probably weaker thermals than late yesterday. So it would be very slow, very big goggles, and everybody would follow. Everybody would fly with everybody, and it would be very congested in the air. So difficult conditions, and after those hot days, it's a good decision to make a rest.
Yeah. And what do you think? What's your assessment of the weather for the rest of the week?
I haven't looked at it yet. I hope we will fly, because then if we don't fly, I don't have a chance to improve, because now I'm in the fourth position with a very minimal differences in the front, and everything can happen. It's all these competitions are completely different because of flying together. Everything is very tight.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. There's potential now 4 more flying days here at Narromine. The weather is looking complicated, bit difficult, and it's getting down to the wire here at the World Gliding Championships at Narromine. So, Sebastian, I hope you get to fly over the next few days, and we see you on the podium at the end of the competition.
That's not obligatory, but thank you for the wishes.
Okay. Sebastian Kawa. Okay, great.
I'm glad that you say Kawa, because
everybody says Kawa.
Brian Sprickley, for 20 years we